Women are different than men in their need for space. And I think that when in marriage, when a woman asks for space, it's especially concerning. It's really scary, especially if you've been one of those husbands who basically have felt like you haven't made your relationship a priority, or that you have focused too much on work. When your partner asks for space, it can feel like they're checking out, or they don't love you anymore, or it's a form of rejection. I want to talk about this today because I think the emotional, the physical, just the managerial load of the house and taking care of work and the kids is really getting to women. And in my office, I'm hearing more women say, I need space. I just need space. And I don't think women, 5-10 years ago were doing that. I think that's been a change in marriage. Maybe now they're just getting the confidence to state it, but I think more it's a cry for help. It's a cry for help that they can't continue. So rather than react, what I want the husbands to do is I want them to understand there are a lot of reasons women, their wife will ask for space in a relationship. And I want to go through those and what you should do. The first is they're emotionally overwhelmed. They just feel like they've got everything on their shoulders and they can't manage it. They feel a loss of identity. They start feeling like it's their work, your work, and basically they don't know where they fit in marriage anymore, especially if the two of you have lost intimacy talking together, the emotional intimacy. That's so important. They have a need for clarity. They need to understand what is going on and what are they feeling. And so they ask for space as a way to kind of rethink that. They may have unmet emotional needs. They may feel like you're no longer attending to those, or the two of you have not put the marriage as a priority. They may have resentment and burnout. This can lead to feelings of needing space so that they can kind of get a jump start of who they are again. A desire for independence. If they feel like their partner is controlling too much, then they may feel like, wait, I have no say in this. And maybe if you guys have kids, that would be another reason that they would ask for space, because they just feel like it's the kids, it's a kid's needs, it's a marriage needs, it's the partner's needs, it's work needs, but what about them? The exploring change. They may have gotten married young and they felt like they never really lived life. So that space would allow them to take classes or do things. And because they can't ask for that, or they feel they can't ask for that, they just ask for space. It may be a way for them to avoid conflict. If they feel like there's some really tough topics they have to talk with you, then one of the ways they may kind of buffer that is to say they need space. They may be having mental health struggles. This is especially true in new marriages where maybe the partner didn't know what was going on with their partner emotionally, mental health wise. And so this may be coming up now. Some of the triggers may be surfacing. And so they may ask for space as a way of dealing with their mental health. Once again, not wanting to disclose that. I think what you should do as a husband is, first of all, before you do anything else reacting, start asking open-ended, non-defensive questions like, can you explain to me what you need? How is this affecting you? Maybe respect the request, but also express your feelings. Yeah, I can give you more space, but I'm gonna miss you. I want you in my life. What will this do to our marriage? These are all open-ended questions. You should listen and not interrupt. Really listening to them can help them feel calmer and more secure where they are with you. And suggest counseling. I also think your initial response should be more about, basically, I want to know what what you need from me right now? What will help you feel supported? When you ask that question, you're going to show them you respect their boundaries. That's a big one. You own the emotional investment you have in the marriage, and it's an openness so they can talk to you freely. You see, sometimes at requests for space is because they're afraid of your response. So they'll say something like, I just need space. I need to get away, maybe for the weekend. I just need to think about things, because they are afraid if they bring up a topic, the way you react, they won't be able to maintain or control themselves and what they feel. So the more you can ask questions of, can you help me understand what space means to you? Like, will you be calling? Can you stay in the house, or do you feel like you need to get out of the house? Are these things you've been feeling for a long time? Have I been contributing to them, or how have I been contributing? Is there something I've done or haven't done that's making you feel this way? And are you open to working through this together? Maybe we could go to a counselor. The more statements like that, the more you're going to calm the situation. And when you calm it, you make it more likely that they start feeling secure enough to work with you on whatever is underneath this. These are things you do not want to say, and these are usually the things that are said that bring the couple to my office, that make it more difficult to end up working through it. Why are you doing this to me? If you need space, maybe this marriage doesn't mean much to you. Excessively texting them or calling them or checking on them, unless there's a clear misunderstanding that you guys have together, you shouldn't be constantly texting or getting at them when they've asked you for space, assuming the worst. When you assume the worst or consider infidelity or let those crazy thoughts in your mind go rampant, and then you begin texting the other person, you, without even knowing perhaps, are pushing them further and further away from you rather than getting them closer. It's okay to express that you have sadness too, but don't make it guilty for them. Don't blame them. Own it. I know I've been distant, or I know I've been preoccupied with work, but I'm really going to miss you and I don't want to do this. These are honest feelings, and it's okay to say that. More than anything, what you want to do in this reaction is calm the situation so your partner can feel like they can trust you with whatever's underneath their need for space. Maybe they don't need space. Maybe they just need a safe environment where the two of you can really work through things that have been put under the rug or on the back burner for way too long. And your partner's actually so in love with you that asking for space is the only way they could really tell you, we've got a problem. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.